Climate change topics. Climate change, also called global warming, refers to the changes in the climate and a rise in the average temperature on Earth. 97% of scientists agree that climate change is happening, and the main cause is from an increase in greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, in the atmosphere. These trap the heat from the sun, which is making the Earth hotter. This is known as the greenhouse effect. Over the last few years, there has been more extreme weather events, like floods, droughts, wildfires, and heat waves. Deforestation. Rainforests help to control global warming because they absorb carbon dioxide. In recent years, larger areas have been destroyed, as trees are cut down for wood or burned to clear the land for farming. The burning releases large amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Many rainforests grow on poor soils, so when they are cut down or burned, the soil is washed away in tropical rains, so that the area may turn into desert. Many plant and animal species that live there can become extinct, and indigenous tribes can lose their homes. Pollution. Air pollution and climate change are closely linked. Often it is the same gases that create the poor air quality in cities especially, which can cause serious health problems for people living in urban areas. Water pollution is a huge problem, and unclean water is a major threat to human health. Water pollution happens when dangerous chemicals from factories, farming, and other industries are allowed into rivers, lakes, and oceans, and into our water systems. Plastic waste is also a big problem. Soil pollution is also a big problem. The use of fertilizer and pesticides can contaminate land and threaten food security. Recycling. Recycling is the processing of used objects and materials so that they can be used again. About 60% of rubbish from homes and factories contain materials that could be recycled. Recycling saves energy and also reduces damage to the countryside. Glass, paper, and aluminium cans can all be recycled very easily. Many towns have special bins where people can leave their empty bottles and cans for recycling. A lot of paper bags, writing paper, and greeting cards are now produced on recycled paper. Even more effective than recycling is choosing products that use a minimum of plastic and paper packaging. Renewable energy. Up until now, most of the energy we used came from coal, oil, and gas, fossil fuels. But these will not last forever, and burning them is a major cause of climate change. Many countries are now choosing to use renewable sources for their energy needs. Solar energy from the sun, wind power from turbines, hydroelectric energy from rivers and sea water, and geothermal power, taking heat from the center of the Earth, are the main sources of renewable energy. Countries like Iceland and Costa Rica are leading the way, with Iceland getting 100% of its energy from these renewable sources. Public transport. Transport has a large environmental impact. People use cars more, especially in urban areas, and this is one of the largest growing sources of carbon dioxide in the world. Private transport contributes to air pollution and global warming, and taking flights is also a big problem. As more and more people fly, greenhouse gases increase. In fact, emissions from aviation in Europe increased by 87% between 1990 and 2006. By using public transport, buses, trains, metros, or cycling in cities, emissions from urban transport could be cut by more than 50%. Using trains for journeys as an alternative to flying reduces the environmental impact often by as much as 90%, and for some journeys is just as quick.